Nithyanandam. Hi, my name is Ma Nithyanandam Swami. I'm a Purna Sannyasi in the Nithyananda Sampradaya and a disciple of His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami. And I'm an Inner Awakening graduate. In today's video, I wanted to emphasize the importance and value of the Inner Awakening program, especially for those who are about to get married, those who are already married, or anyone who's starting something new in their life. And let me explain why. Just like in any kind of legal situation, or if you're buying a house, or if you're buying a car, you do something which is called due diligence. You do the research, you find out the history of the house or the car, if it's a used car. You research the previous owners, you find out if it's been into any accidents, you find out if it's been treated. There's a set of common standard questions you look into before each major purchase. And this is very important because that goes into your decision making, that goes into how you negotiate, that goes into every part of the deal before you make the deal. Because once you make the deal, you're stuck with that. There's no going back. Or if there's going back, it's a big hassle and you may lose in the process. So we're all familiar with this process and we take it as a normal way to start something new, especially like a big purchase. Or even if we're applying for colleges, we do all sorts of research based on the demographics of the school, their acceptance rate, how the programs match up to our interests, how our qualifications match up to the acceptance policies. So there's a lot of research and due diligence we do before we even apply to a particular college, or even a job for that matter. We may see a job description online, but we don't take that at face value. We go research on the web, on Google. We try to see if we know anyone at that company and get some inside information on how it is to work there. We compare the salary of that particular job to a salary at another place. So this is a common way to go about anything before you jump into anything big. So I think we can all agree that marriage is a big step. It is a turning point for anyone who takes that path. And we think similarly that we are doing the same kind of due diligence when we date someone, when we spend time with someone, date someone, we live with them. We think living with them will reveal this kind of due diligence, the inner workings of the person. We get to know their friends, we get to know their family, and if you're in an arranged marriage situation, then there may be a horoscope involved. The families get to know each other. So in every kind of situation, we think we're doing some kind of proper research. Now, what we're doing may be okay, but it's not enough once you understand how we work in the inner space, what actually drives our decisions, what actually makes us who we are, and what makes us happy, what makes us sad, what makes us angry. And it's not always what we portray on the outside. In fact, it never is. What we portray on the outside can be quite opposite to what we feel on the inside. And you may be thinking, yeah, I get that makes sense. But the problem is, you may have found someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, or you think you want to spend the rest of your life with. And they have disclosed who they are to you. They've been open, you've been open. But you can only be open to the extent you know about yourself. Beyond that, you don't know. So how can you share with someone else the inner workings of you if you yourself don't know them? And that's exactly what gets exposed at the Inner Awakening program. In the Inner Awakening program, you look in to see what are the patterns, the wrong cognitions you've been carrying since you're very, very young, which have dictated your whole life, and which you think are literally like a part of you, that you don't even know that they're not you, they're not the real you. So let alone conveying that to someone else. You yourself don't know who you are, why you are the way you are, and how to achieve what you want to be. All of this clarity comes at the Inner Awakening program. That is why I feel it is a mandatory step for anyone who's actually considering marriage. That's a different story of whether you should get married or not. I have different opinions as a sannyasi on that. But just if you've made that decision, you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the other person to go take the Inner Awakening program and do the due diligence of looking in the inner space, looking in what really makes you who you are right now. All the patterns that were cognized when you were maybe 4 or 5 or even younger, and which get triggered in so many types of situations. Some you may recognize, some you don't even realize. And with that clarity, with doing that kind of looking in, cleaning up, and just clearing out your inner space, so much opens up inside of you. Then you become a real radiating being who is operating out of a space of completion, as opposed to a bunch of incompletions and insecurities, which naturally, when we operate from that space of incompletion and insecurities and patterns and wrong cognitions, we don't keep it all inside of ourselves. We vomit it on those around us. And of course, in a marriage, that's going to happen. It's inevitable. Those who are married know this as the truth. And those who are married who have attended the Inner Awakening program have experienced breakthroughs in themselves and by default their marriage. When you change, then the relationship changes and the other person automatically reflects those changes. It is a fact. So if you still are thinking about getting married, or if you've already made the plunge and you got married, there are ways to make that marriage a very beautiful experience for both of the participants, both of the husband and wife, or whatever. It doesn't matter if it's husband and wife or same gender. It's still a mix of two different people's incompletions and patterns. So that's the real benefit of taking the Inner Awakening program for a couple who goes together as a married couple or going to get married couple. You are doing the actual due diligence of looking into your inner space. It's not like don't get me wrong, you don't go there to go examine your partner and go tell Swamiji, these are all the bad things, wrong things about your spouse, please fix. No. You go there both deciding that, hey, we each need to work on ourselves. Let's go have this beautiful experience today together. And from that space, let us refresh the marriage. Let us get married. So that is like the best thing you could do for yourself. Talk to other married couples who've gone to the Inner Awakening program. They'll say the same thing. So if you have any questions about this, as always, please post them. Check out the innerawakening.org site. Go to Swamiji's YouTube channel. Check out the glimpses of my Inner Awakening, where participants share their experiences, the breakthroughs they had. And you'll see it's not an ordinary program. It delivers lifelong results, and it gives you the tools to, even after the program, to keep the experience you had during the Inner Awakening program. And most of all, it gives you the ultimate common denominator in your marriage, which is Swamiji. Out of all the things that you may disagree on, the one thing that a couple after doing the Inner Awakening program will agree on is Swamiji. Their commitment to Swamiji, their love for Swamiji, actually makes the bond and the marriage stronger. So it's such a beautiful thing, which you may never have planned for in your life, but if it happens to you, you are the most blessed married couple. So definitely take this as a very strong encouragement. If you were thinking about going to the Inner Awakening program and you're about to get married, you're engaged, or you're already married, make it as a must. Before you book the hall, before you plan any vacation, honeymoon, go to the Inner Awakening program. You will not regret it. It will be the best decision of your life as an individual and as a couple. So thank you so much for letting me share a sannyasi's perspective on why all married couples who are going to get married or already married should attend the inner awakening program. It is that beneficial. It is that important. Thank you so much, and Nithyanandam.